Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to my 1 month review of the Adidas Predator 25 fold over tongue version FG. If you guys are liking these 1 month reviews of all of the boots that I initially review, consider subscribing. Go down, subscribe, like the video, and with that being said, also huge shout out to Sogility for letting me train and film at their facility. But with that being said, let's get into it. Adidas Predator 25 fold over tongue. Are they overhyped? I am gonna start off by saying that when these first were announced in this specific colorway, honestly, I was actually extremely hyped to find out that the launch release colorway was in this colorway. Not only that, I was also extremely hyped to get a pair of the fold over tongue because I wasn't able to get a pair of the 24s in the launch colorway, so you can imagine my excitement when I got the 25s in fold over tongue. Let's talk the elephant in the room. These had no massive change compared to the 24s. It is essentially, like I said in the first video, an uplift from the 24s. The only thing that really changed was the Hybrid Touch 2.0 upper, which it's still a Hybrid Touch 2.0 upper. It's just softer, and honestly, I like that they did change that, but that and the strike skin grip elements, still strike skin, just minimalized to 50% less, essentially. Other than that, it's kind of the same boot as the 24s, if I'm being honest. Although for me, it felt like a whole new boot because, like I said, it's my first time having a pair of a fold over tongue. So the experience itself with this fold over tongue made it a lot different because, I mean, you guys can see there's so much opening there. So as far as like lockdown in these, I didn't really have an issue. It's just was less than what I was used to with the laced model in the 24s. It still has decent lockdown, but because it has that fold over tongue and it leaves so much of your the upper part of your foot exposed here, it does kind of feel like the boot only is wrapping around your foot at like the top of your midfoot to your toes, which it doesn't really wrap around your foot like a Superflyer Vapor does because this is wide. I mean, the material itself, the Hybrid Touch 2.0 is really good. Like, I mean, it's very nice, and these have broken in very nicely, but by no means does it feel like a Vapor or Superfly, which it shouldn't because it's not a speed boot. So lockdown was decent, good, but not insane. Now, Hybrid Touch 2.0 upper. Like I said, the Predator 24 boots also featured the Hybrid Touch 2.0 upper, although that one feels a little bit more sturdy than these. This is much more softer than the 24 versions, as you can see just by me pushing down on the upper, which for me led to a better, more comfortable touch on the ball. And by no means does it feel insanely padded. It just felt very comfortable passing and shooting and just manipulating the ball. I will say these broke in a lot nicer than the 24s. Like literally second session in, they already felt really nice. Even in the first session, I wasn't feeling any pressure points and it just felt so comfortable. I also found myself liking the strike skin on these a lot more than I did on the 24s because the 24s was nice, but I just felt like it was a little too much. As I stated before, these I feel have 50% less strike skin than the 24s did. And not only is it less, it's also, I think, thinner because it's essentially like fins just coming off of the upper instead of just one big bulky clunk of strike skin. And the big thing I was really worried about with this strike skin specifically, because it does protrude up like that into a thin layer of strike skin out of the boot, was durability. And 1 month in, fully broken into, I can say that none of it has really chipped off. They all essentially look as they did when I first tried them on, which honestly is good because I had no hope that these were gonna fully stay intact up into the 1 month review. Now, Soleplate, exact same Soleplate as the 24s, so solid, nothing insane. good snapback to the boot. I had no issues with these. So I kind of already knew what to expect because it held up really nicely in the 24s. So I had no doubt that it was gonna hold up pretty nicely in the 25s. One thing I will say about the Soleplate is that this still looks pretty clean. With the 24s, especially the launch colorway, like the orange reddish, after a month, it was like fully cracked because it had that chrome finish. This doesn't really have a chrome finish on it, so it still looks pretty clean, which honestly is a plus. Heel area, I was a little worried about because in the 24s, like I've said in the past, I did have that pinching on the bottom of my heel, especially on my left foot because my left foot is slightly bigger or fatter. And I actually didn't have that with these, and I'm not sure if that's because it has a little bit less lockdown than the lace version did, but no heel pain, that's what I'm here for. Heel area itself was pretty solid. Look at that, holy cow. I didn't really have any issues there, like no slippage. Lockdown is very nice actually. And then the fold over tongue. Honestly, it's just a vibe. Putting these or having these on feet with the fold over tongue just makes you feel more elegant when you're on the pitch, when you're playing, when you're just honestly just walking with them. Like I said before, I love how the fold over tongue has an extra padded feeling than the regular laced tongue has. It doesn't essentially protect your foot whenever you're shooting more, or like if you get stepped on, because if you get stepped on with studs, that's gonna hurt regardless if it's padded or not, but it is a little bit more padded than the lace version. And another thing that I was super worried about that I didn't think was gonna last into the 1 month review was this elastic strap. Honestly, it's got the same elasticity or pullback as it kind of did at the beginning. I have seen that some people's fold over tongue preds have lost their band because of just it being ripped off or just not being able to last however they're playing. However I played, it lasted, so that's actually pretty nice. You can see that the red fold over tongue coloring has kind of worn off or worn into the upper right here. Honestly, that's just visuals and aesthetics, and regardless, when you have this on, it's gonna get covered, so it doesn't really matter essentially. But yeah, guys, honestly, these have been absolutely comfortable and fun to wear. I did go with the size 10.5 in these. I'm confident I could fit in a size 10 for more snug fit, especially after broken into. But there's not enough extra room in the size 10.5 to the point to where it's just uncomfortable. So it just fits perfectly. Now, would I recommend getting these? Come on. Yeah, they're really nice, especially if you haven't ever had a fold over tongue boot or pred at all. You cannot go wrong with these. These are a phenomenal boot in my opinion. Not only does it look amazing, it performs nice. It's a very, very solid boot. Adidas knows what they're doing. But with that being said, if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you know when I post. Also, like the video, comment down below what you think of this specific colorway, or if you're a fan of the fold over tongue. If not, do you prefer laced or laceless? But yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.